With Make Your Mark, the series coming up in September, followed by the special that debuts within a week on Netflix, and shows like Sonic Prime also coming to Netflix this year. One question has to be asked about not just Netflix, but a lot of streaming services that are exclusive homes to animated series of the like, if you will. And hold on. And that question that a lot of people are wondering about is, when is it time? In other words, when is it time for these streaming services to stop going the route that basically is causing Netflix to basically get themselves in a lot of trouble? Let me explain. Now, I'm sure you've heard about it by now, but Netflix's animation division is not what it used to be. It is basically falling on hard times. It's letting go of a lot of people, and it's not just the only division within Netflix to do that, but that, it's just one of the hardest hit. But the reasoning for it though is the fact that Netflix is basically paying less for the animation that they have. Yeah, they are paying less for the animation that they have. In other words, again, I'm sure you've heard about this, but Netflix has been paying basically for one whole season, and instead of doing the right thing and paying the animators a little bit more for what they do with these seasons, instead they just pay them the amount they agreed to, and then instead of giving a whole season right off the bat, they divide said season into 1 or 2, maybe 3 parts. And this doesn't sit well, because the animators are like, well, wait a minute, we did all this hard work, and now you're taking what we did and you're only paying us for one season, when you're dividing that one season you made us work hard on into several for your own benefit. It's not a good look for Netflix. And because of that, Netflix has become the primary streaming service basically, that's been hit the hardest by this animators strike back deal. In other words, this pay more for animators situation. And you know what, I do support that. I do really support that, because think about it. You're paying animators for what you say is going to be one whole season you're going to air, but then yet you decide, you know what, let's just divide that whole season we paid the animators for, let's divide that into a couple of seasons and just not pay them at all. Or if we pay them less than what we should. That is a wrong kind of job mentality or business mentality. Because all you're doing is you're basically shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting yourself in the foot by not, doing what's right by the animators. So what does Netflix do to try to rectify this now? Knowing that they're getting in trouble, the butts are in trouble. They decide, okay, instead of saying Cuphead Season 2 is coming in the summer, which they originally said, and that's actually just the second half of the first season, they decide to say, they decide to say or change course by saying, now it's Cuphead Season 1 Part 2. Basically try to save face. And the same could be said for, HBO Max and some of the shows they're doing. Same for Disney Plus, same for Paramount Plus, Apple, and all that. Everybody is basically following the same business motif, even though they know it's wrong. But the problem is that some of them, they own the rights to these properties, so they don't have nothing to worry about. However, companies like, who's this coming up? Oh, that's 10. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. That was 10. Mine's coming in a little bit, so I want to wrap this up quick. But like I said, some of the studios that do this, they don't have a problem to worry about really, because they own those properties that they're doing this with, and the people that animate for them have no choice. They're under employment to them. They're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. However, when you look at services like, say, Apple TV Plus, and a few others like Tubin, maybe Pluto, you name it, a lot of them that go this direction don't own these properties, and they need to do what's right and pay equal amount of money to the animators for the season that they're dividing into half. So basically, like I said, Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus to an extent, Disney Plus to an extent, HBO Max in a way as well, because our series they do license, and several others, Tubin, Pluto, like I said, they know what they're doing is wrong, is the wrong business strategy, but they're not seeing it that way. And basically it's causing them to get in a lot of trouble. Not as much as Netflix, because unlike Netflix, they're able to rectify it and be like, okay, fine, we'll pay you this much, just to, keep you quiet or keep you off our back, and they do. Netflix, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be doing that, and they're trying to come up with different solutions. So the question obviously is, though, tying in back into this, is time running out for a lot of these streaming services to play this divide one season into multi-seasons game? Is time running out to where now they're going to be like, okay, well, basically not now, but are we getting close, I should say, to the time to where, these services are going to be like, okay, we can't do this anymore, we're going to have to shill out the money, are we getting, to get additional seasons and all that? Is that what we're heading towards? I think we are. It's just a matter of when and where it happens. But yeah, that is a question people ask. Are we getting close to a time where streaming services like Netflix are going to have to stop playing the, take one whole season divided into multiple seasons game, to save a buck, and just, start paying the money that's necessary for these additional seasons, especially when it's all new animation and stuff. I think we are getting to that time, and I think Warner Brothers, through HBO Max and stuff, are going to be like the first ones to follow that, because even though David Zaslav wants to save money, he also knows that the only way you can succeed by saving money is to eventually spend the money to succeed as well. So he could be like the catalyst over at HBO Max, Warner Brothers Discovery, that gets this ball rolling, not just for his services, his streaming services, but all the others that follow. But what do you guys think? Do you think the time's coming to an end for a lot of these streaming services to basically play this game of dividing one whole season into several seasons? Do you think it's coming to an end? What are your thoughts? Comment down below, live chat during the premiere. Like the video, super chats and super stickers are open in the live chat during the premiere, and super thanks are also enabled after the premiere when you watch this as a regular video. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I will talk to you later.